Hi, folks. Welcome back to yet another episode of RDR. We are once again looking at an old video gaming magazine. This one is this is issue 1 actually from October 1992 of Electronic Games. Now, I know this is another magazine I am not familiar with. I have never looked at this issue, but I am super excited to. I mean, look at the cover of this. This is awesome. Probably the best Predator artwork I've ever seen. So let's jump right in. And like I said right away, this is phenomenal. Looks like it looks like it talks about, from what it says here, video games, computer games, portable games, arcades. It looks like it's covering something up, which is kind of interesting considering this is the first issue ever. But let's not waste too much time. And let's check it out. And right away here we have an ad for the Sega Genesis. Bulls Lakers NBA playoffs. Bulls versus Lakers and the NBA playoffs. Never heard of that. Definitely a game I'd be willing to give it a try. I love older sports games like this. I think they have an appeal, that 2D style, especially these basketball games, NBA Jam and stuff, NBA Hang Time on the N64 was a great game. So pretty cool. The other page here of this. Again, this program shows one page at a time, so sometimes there's bifold pages that you'll only see one page at a time. So if I need to, I'll scroll back and forth to kind of give you the whole idea. I find it interesting that they're pinning it up against just two teams in this game, but that's cool. Table of contents we'll skip over. Oh, I'm already loving this magazine. RoboCop 3 from Ocean. Looks like this is an ad for the Super Nintendo version of this game. I don't know if it came out anything other than that, but I've never played this. I have not seen the RoboCop movies in so long. I loved all of them as a kid. I only saw them on TV, so I've never seen them in the way they were meant to be seen. Of course, I've seen them pretty edited down, but I do have all of them, and it's something I look to be checking out here and just revisiting. I hear they get pretty bad, especially by the third one. I don't remember. All I remember is I think in the third one he has a jetpack, and that was good enough for me as a kid. I even had the toy with him with the jetpack, and that was I loved RoboCop as a kid. I mean, that's all I have to say. It's just awesome to me. So, all right, looks like we have a letter from the editor here. Ooh, World Circuit from Microprose. This looks like, I can't tell, but maybe they're promoting the PC of this. Never played it. Pinball in Shootout. That's cool. They're representing a pinball game. Might and Magic down there. Whoa, the Sony Data Discman adds sounds. That's cool. Oh, what is that? The Menacer there from Sega. Jeez. I don't think I've ever seen one of those in real life, nor am I too familiar with it. Retails at $60. Yikes. I have to jump back here. I saw something about the Game Gear. Game Gear Genesis price cuts and CD-ROM introduced for Genesis. Oh, so they're talking about the Sega CD there. Jaguar is on the prowl. That's awesome. Anniversary of Pong, it looks like. Might and Magic ad here for Super. Capcom joystick is 8 and 16-bit compatible. Well, that's cool. That's a cool looking joystick. It's like a newspaper magazine here, almost, so far. World Trophy Soccer. Likely for Sega Genesis? I don't know. Never played this. Yeah, Sega Genesis at the top, though. Kick some balls. Oh, God. Some of that great 90s advertising we're getting so used to seeing. Capcom signs with NFL. Top coin ops of May 1992. Super Street Fighter 2 is number 1. Terminator 2 is number 2. Sunset Riders in at 3. Double Axle at 4. Captain America number 5. Space Guns number 6. Turbo Outruns number 7. Beast Busters, that's one I'm not familiar with, number 8. Spider-Man's number 9, and then coming in at number 10 is Super High Impact by Midway. I'm not sure. Then you get your deluxe list. X-Men's in at number 1 there. Coin Op Software, Street Fighter 2 take the cake on that. Best new coin op games at the top there. Top MS-DOS games list. Hardball 3 is at number 1. Link's True North Access is number 2. Ultima 7? Yep. Civilization's on there at number 5. That was the first Civilization rocked. It looks like I see SimCity, Star Trek 25th Anniversary. I've played that. Man. Falcon 3.0. That's a recent game I tried to play that I could not get to work. There's Flight Simulator 4.0. Awesome. Jeep Jamboree for Game Boy. There's one I've never played by Virgin Games. Looks like a Q&A, Game Doctor style stuff. That might be fun to read through some point. Fandom. Oh, cool. Alien 3. For Genesis and Game Gear, it looks like they're representing here. I do not own either of those and have never played them. Great ad. More Fandom. Predator 2 on Genesis. I love how we just got an Alien ad. Now we're getting Predator. These are great ads. I liked Predator 2, the movie, personally. I know it's hit and miss a lot, but I always enjoyed it. I know it's not as well beheld, I would say, as the first, which don't get me wrong, I love. I have the first on Laserdisc, and I'm looking to get the second. I did not like Predators from 2010, and I have not yet seen the first one, or the new one, excuse me. But it's something I'm definitely going to check out. I need to get Predator 2, though, on Laserdisc. Man, that is like one of my collection completers, I call it. Get that set. That's my set. I don't usually, if it's not on the format, of course, I'm not going to go after it. So, because I can't. But I definitely need to get that one. The pistol grip joystick stays popular. That's great. The Kunkel Report. Side pocket for the Sega Genesis. I like old pool games like this. I always buy them when I see them. I have Pool for the N64, which is not that great. I have a version of Pool for Dreamcast, I believe, as well. And I always like to play the old PC versions. I don't know. It's just fun to me. Looks like we got a dual page here. I do see some Sonic talk here. Oh, looks like they're talking about the sequel to Sonic there. King of Monsters down there. I think that's Godzilla. This is the EG's Fall Winter preview here. Batman Revenge in the middle there. Streets of Rage. RoboCop 3 shot down there. Claymates, I don't know what that is. Death Valley Rally, I'm not sure what that is either. Sunsoft's answer to Sonic the Hedgehog was Death Valley Rally. Well, I gotta look into that then. Great news for Tetris addicts. We got Tetris Classic, Super Tetris, and Word Tetris. Great. Weird ad again. Might and Magic in the middle there. Ultima 7 shot down there. I've never played Ultima. I just what I've seen, of course, from other YouTube videos, basically. Seventh Guest, I've heard of that. Never heard of Dog Eat Dog. Crondor, never heard of that. Digitized graphics and the feel of a multimedia game, right? Because that was the future, of course, at the time was interactive multimedia games are going to be the future, and they obviously weren't. Sega learned that the hard way, and so did anyone who like made 3DO, which was like Panasonic and Gold Star, and of course CDI. Philips learned that too. Super high impact there. Football. Digitized graphics prevail in EA's Michael Jordan in Flight. I have never played Michael Jordan in Flight. I need to check that out. Team USA Basketball. The Olympic Dream Team is featured. Oh, that's cool. Regarding the Olympics, I feel like the Olympics were a much bigger deal when I was a kid than they are now. I don't know if that's just my brain's nostalgic take on the 90s Olympics that I remember. Like, for example, the 96 Olympics was like one of the biggest things in the world. It was on cereal boxes. Everyone was watching the girls' gymnastics and that. It was crazy. And I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's the same now, but I just feel like it was a bigger deal back then than it is becoming. Man, maybe that's just because I was a kid, and you know, when you're a kid, things are heightened in all levels. Introducing B-52, the game with no, thanks. That looks terrible. Publishers of Micro Machines. Never played it. Let's see here. I see an F-Zero. George Foreman's boxing down there. TV pseudo sports phenomenon. I don't know what that is. Oh, American Gladiators. Cool. Super Battle Tank for Super. I think I've played this. Okay, what the experts say. The Turbo Touch 360 is the first significant technology breakthrough in video game in the last 4 years. Let's see if this is a dual side. It is. So it's talking about the Turbo Touch 360 controller here. This is the greatest controller I've ever used. I'm tired of treating teenagers for thumb injuries caused by playing video games. Your new product should be considered as a blessing. What? You're telling me teenagers were getting thumb injuries from playing video games? I don't know about that. That sounds like BS. TurboTech 360. Oh, looks. No need to push. I can't imagine this was good. Higher scores are your money back. Oh, really? Really? Okay, here. Let's see. The Lost Files of Sherlock Holmes. Never heard of it. Sim Life down there. Never played it. Heard of it. Oh, I think I lost my scrolling ability here. Hold on a second. There we go. And I apologize for that mouse. If you see it, I am looking on getting rid of that. Hopefully you're not seeing it, which means I got rid of it. Some more talk of some games here. Battle Chess, Strike Eagle 3, Wargamers, Great Naval Battles. I've never heard of these. Ooh, what is this? Play with the pros. KO for Game Boy down there, and some other ports. Looks like they're referencing baseball, football. It's hard to tell. Too small for me to see. And basketball. Special report, Sound of Gaming. Sound was a big deal back then, of course. I mean, sound cards, of course, were something you had to have in your computer to get, and it made a big difference. You know, it's not like today where everything sounds amazing and looks realistic, and it plays on pretty much any laptop that can, work it. Sound cards are really a thing of the past. If you're not familiar with sound cards, I'm sure you are if you're watching this, but we won't go through this. Sound Blaster Pro, the big one. That's the one I had. My Pentium Packard Bell. What? Buzz Aldrin's Race into Space. That's cool. I don't know what this is, but that is right up my alley. I would love to check this out. Likely to set a standard for multimedia entertainment products. I'm checking that out. All right, this is a duo here. Let's see. East meets West. The real reasons behind the modification of Japanese software. Oh, I see. So we're, oops, too far there. Kind of doing some comparisons on graphics. Can anyone's life be complete without plasma guns, anti-tank missiles, and terrorist robots? Looks like some role-playing adventures, Mega Traveler 3 and Twilight 2001. I have not played either, but that sounds awesome. Anything apocalyptic to me is awesome. Player's Guide to Science Fiction. That is really cool. Betrayal at Condor down there. Never played it. Space Quest. Just talking about a lot of science fiction games here. Super Star Wars they're talking about at the top there. Lights, camera, electronic gaming. Sci-fi makes a transition from big screen to interactive screen. I think they've been a staple long before this, a decade before this, since the space. I mean, everything was space. This, space, that on Atari. There's like 100 games that have the word space in them. It's always, I think, been a part of gaming, but I digress. Keep moving through this here. I have. Okay. Came from the desert. Live action cinema. This is again that, Oh, I see Terminator. That's awesome. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Oh, look at this. So we have Darth Vader about to swing at the Enterprise. That would be an awesome poster. Stellar 7, never heard of that. It's the picture at the bottom there. Psygnosis. Oh, no, that's the creator. Aminos, I've never heard of. Now that Hold on a second. What are they talking about there? I just got to find the name of it. Is that Other Worlds or something like that? I can't remember the name, but that picture stands out to me there in the top. Ooh. Tron 2010 and Blade Runner. Talking about those. That's cool. Cool Blade Runner artwork. Kind of botched here by the double screen, but you can kind of get the idea. Same with this one. A lot of talk about sci-fi. This would be really entertaining to actually read through. William Shatner talks about games. Ooh, Daydreamin' Davy. Yeah, there's a terrible game. I've never played it. I've, of course, seen reviews and nothing I'd ever care to play. Oh boy. Educational games. Look at that, Home Alone. Coloring books offer a painless way to introduce children to computers. And they're totally doing Home Alone. Okay, I'm going to roll through this pretty quick. Subscribe to the magazine. I would have. Let's see now. Act Now. Introductory subscription only $23.95 for 12 issues. Not bad. It's like a couple bucks an issue, a little less. Video Game Gallery. They're talking about Atomic Runner, The Duel, Test Drive 2 for SNES, Atomic Runners for Genesis, Wizardry, Knight of Diamonds, never heard of that one, for NES, Harley's Humongous Adventure for Super Nintendo, never heard of that, Side Pocket, talking about the pool game, talking about Monopoly for Super, Street Fighter 2 for Super, oh, that's a great game. Green Dog Beached Surfer Dude. That's one I've never heard of for Genesis. Get a game handler. Make Mario run backwards. That's cool. No codes and no programming. I wonder if it really worked. NHLPA hockey for Genesis there. I believe I have one of those games. David Crane's Amazing Tennis for Super. Never played that one. Wings 2. Never played that for Super. That looks pretty cool, actually. Conflict Korea. For MS-DOS. They are talking a little computer here. That's awesome. I've never played it. Oh, and an ad for EGM. Get an EGM t-shirt. $9.95 value. Wow, 27 bucks for 12 issues for those. 28. Aqua Ventura for Amiga. We have Crisis in the Kremlin for MS-DOS. Two games I'm both very unfamiliar with. Solitaire's Journey for MS-DOS. I am not familiar with that either. Hardball 3. Familiar, haven't played it a lot. MS-DOS version here. Call any good gaming magazine today. The Electronic Games Hotline. Only $1 per minute. This is not your little brother's hint line. Yeah, for $1 a minute. Oh my god. I bet you they would do anything to keep you on the phone. Any other games you're interested in talking about? You know, oh my god, before you know it, it's been an hour and your parents are going to kill you when the phone bill comes. Wonder if I'm wondering what that number would lead to today if you called it. You can hear all the latest news, reviews, previews, interviews, and commentary. Jeez. I'll tell you anything as long as you stay on the phone with them, I bet. The Dark Queen of Krynn? MS-DOS, never heard of that. I have heard of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Have never played it though. But that looks awesome. Those screenshots are great. I would be into that. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Exploring Britannia is an end in itself. Ah, Ultima. On to the CD gallery now. So those other games must have been floppies or something. I don't know. Loom for MS-DOS CD. I've never heard it called that, like MS-DOS CD. That's either something that was very short-lived or it's just new to me. Wing Commander Deluxe Edition for MS-DOS CD. It's got to be for CD-ROM. That's got to be what they're talking about. MS-DOS games that came on CD-ROM, I'm guessing. Battle Chess again. Oh, MS-DOS with Windows this time. Oh, what is that? One gigantic X-Men machine. That's awesome. Looks like we have a World of Coin-Op going on here. I see Mortal Kombat at the top there, the first one. In 20 short years, video game graphics have gone from a black and white paddle and ball to sophisticated digitized characters and backgrounds. Oh, how sophisticated it was. All right, now we have Portable Bionic Commando for Game Boy. Never played that. Track and Field for Game Boy. I played Track and Field on Nintendo, never with a pad, but never on Game Boy. Nor would I want to. Okay, what do we have here? The Light Boy. I mean, I think everyone had some sort of Light Boy contraption. Mine didn't look like that, but it like slid on to the side. And it worked. Used a ton of batteries, but it worked. Let's see here. Centipede for Game Boy. Want to be a gaming insider? Subscribe to Mega Gaming this time. Let's see. Now we're getting 1-year subscription for $16. That's the best deal so far. And all these subscriptions we've been offered. All right. Playing to Win, Global Effect for MS-DOS. I have not played, but that looks fun. Reminds me of the board game Pandemic for some reason. At least that first screenshot does. Krusty's Super Funhouse for SNES and Genesis. I've said it before. I've never been into Simpsons games. Mini Strategy Street Fighter 2. A little Street Fighter 2 strategy here, it looks like. All right, this section is the test lab. Talking again about that Turbo Touch 360 controller we saw earlier. So let's see it. It says it eliminates fatigue, great response, the only source of true Diagonal and circular control. Increased player involvement. I bet it's hard to find. Looks like it was made by a guy named Michael McKenna. On to the lore section. Wing Commander 1 and 2, the Ultimate Strategy Guide. I have played the Wing Commander games very briefly, but Wing Commander and Privateer, I think, are different games. Anyway, it's something I've wanted to look into. Ooh, a reader poll. Please check all hardware you own or plan to buy in the next 12 months. An NES, other 8-bit video game, Genesis Super, TurboGrafx, Neo Geo, Game Boy, Game Gear, Lynx, Amiga, Macintosh, MS-DOS computer, or other. They really wanted to know what their market was here. Coming attractions in the November edition, because this is the October edition. Multimedia, will the big black box break through? The appliance CD-based machines are raising consumer interest and industry controversy. Are the multimedia black boxes the next VCR? No. A Gamer's Guide to Football in the next issue. Okay. Falcon 3.0, a game I've always wanted to play. By Spectrum Holobyte. I mean, for the time, that screenshot, that 3D, that's pretty groundbreaking to me. It looks awesome. Oh, Lemmings by Sunsoft for Nintendo. I think this is the final ad before the cover here. Let's have a peek. Oh, and the last thing we get is the survey and contest entry form. Well, there's a lot of text in this magazine. I might check out a few others to see how they transform, but otherwise, I like what they're talking about. It's just a lot of words, and which in this kind of review doesn't reflect really well in my opinion, because I mean, we're mostly interested in what we're seeing in this, and it's a lot of words. So I'm glad to have introduced it to you if you've never seen it before. I've never seen it before. I'm not ruling it out. I'll probably look through these beforehand to see if I want to review them, actually, to see how these develop. Remember, this is the first issue of this magazine. So thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think and what you thought of this magazine. If you think it's worth checking out others, please let me know. If not, please let me know. I'm always up to take the videos wherever people want them to go. A lot of text, so we'll see. But either way, thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if not, either way, thank you so much, and have a great day.